Hello everyone, this is Jason from Primetime Aquatics, and in this video I wanted to share with you two must-have features for any modern hang-on-the-back filter. Hope you enjoy the video, appreciate you being here. Now, I have been keeping fish for 41 years, and I remember when hang-on-back filters first became popular, and they have made some really good improvements over the years. In modern times, I think there are two features that every hang-on-back filter really should have, and at least in our fish room, we won't buy a new hang-on-back filter unless it has these two things. Now, I happen to be standing here in front of the Untitled 35, and I've done both unboxings of this filter and long-term reviews. I'm going to put all the hang-on-back filter reviews that I have done in the description below. But when it comes to features, there are two that are a must. Now, we're going to assume that the hang-on-back filter is relatively reliable, because without that, these other features don't really matter. So feature number one, and something I like about this particular filter, is we have this blue knob here, and I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off, and this blue knob allows us to control the flow. And so we should have an adjustable flow. I just turn it all the way down. It's coming out at a trickle. I turn it up. It's coming out much faster. There are a couple of filters on the market that I really like that have this feature, one of which is the Untitled line, and the other one are the new Marineland Pro Series filters. You can adjust the flow, and what that means for you is you can have a filter that you can put in multiple size tanks. And so if you've got a filter that's kind of just hanging out, not doing anything, you've got a smaller tank, you can take your larger filter, adjust the flow rate down, and still have it be appropriate for your size tank. Likewise, if you put that filter on a larger tank and you max out the flow, it will fit there too. So the adjustable flow rates are great, not only for the size of the tank, but the types of fish that you're keeping. And so let's just say, for instance, that you have some fish that are really super active and they like that high flow. But then you switch your inhabitants and maybe you get some slower fish like angelfish or severums or discus, and the last thing you want is for them to be blown all over the tank. And so the nice thing about hang-on-back filters with an adjustable flow, you can compensate for that and make sure your fish are comfortable. But short of that adjustable flow that's built in, it's really hard to adjust the flow out of a hang-on-back filter without that feature. The next feature that I think is really important, and probably more important than the adjustable flow, and that is for us, the motor is inside the tank. It's internal. Both the motor and the propeller are in the water. I am standing in front of this filter. It is running. You can't hear it, and that is the whole point. When you have a hang-on-back that has a motor and an impeller inside the tank, you are usually getting an extremely quiet filter for both our Chem line and the Marineland Pro Series, and we have a number of those running in our fish room. I cannot hear those filters. The only way I know they're running is by looking in the tank and seeing the water moving. That is huge. That's especially important if you have a hang-on-back filter in a room where you really don't want a lot of noise. So maybe it's a bedroom, maybe it's an office, maybe it's your living room. These filters are great at minimizing the noise. Now, real quick note, I do have Amazon affiliate links down in the description below if you want to try out the Untitled line or the Marineland Pro Series. I will also have the product reviews down there so you can take a look at those as well. The second thing is, when the motor is actually in the water like this one is, it's self-priming. I can shut this filter off. There can be a power outage. And as soon as the power comes back on, we don't have to worry about the back of the filter being filled with water. Instead, it just takes the water right from inside the tank and starts up right away. And that can be a huge advantage for those of you who experience some power outages throughout the year. The other thing that I really like about filters that have the internal motors is the fact that there is no chance of the filter housing leaking onto the floor. So sometimes when you have those separate motors, if the seal isn't very tight or the filter is starting to get a little bit older, sometimes there will be some water leaking between the filter compartment itself and the motor if the motor is external. With the motor being inside, the entire outside of this filter is 100% sealed. There is no opportunity for leaks unless the filter itself were to crack. So I wanted to do a quick video, share with you two of these really important features that I have found is just, again, we will not buy a hang-on-back filter unless it has those two things. Once again, if you want more information about the Marineland Pro Series filters, I will put that in the upper right-hand corner. If you want more information about the Untitled line, I will put that in the lower right-hand corner. Would love to hear from you in the comments section below. What are the features that are an absolute must for you? Thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.